guys, good morning. It is 8:30, January 30th. It's a Thursday, and I am so tired, and I feel like I'm losing my mind. I probably should close the door to the bathroom because that's what you hear squeaking right now. Our washer and dryer is a loud squeaky mess. I have been on steroids for the past couple days to get rid of this cough from a sinus infection that I got over the holidays or just before the holidays, and it is driving me insane. But I feel like I should back up. Hi, good morning. I guess I'm back. Okay, so it's like noon, and I am like 3 hours behind schedule of what I wanted to do today, but I guess now is a good time to just do some quick updates before I take you along with me. So as you can see, I have a new background, and that's because a couple of months ago, back in October, I moved to Michigan to be with Mike, my boyfriend. We had been long distance for a little over a year, and we're kind of doing this back and forth thing, and it just made sense to take this next step in our relationship, and it has honestly been amazing. Being here in Michigan with him and everything else has been just a bright light. I posted an update in my newsletter, which I will link down below if you'd like to subscribe. It's just, general updates about my life, and I actually am posting a survey to see what other people would like to read and learn from me in whatever capacity, or just get to know from me. But in any case, I did a brief follow-up of all of the things that have been happening since the last time I posted in Substack, and I know it's been a lot longer since I've posted here on YouTube, so I guess I'll just kind of summarize. Like I said, I met Mike, my boyfriend, back in 2023, right after I found out I was in remission and stopped my medication and was able to come out of isolation and go out into the world. We met at a Leukemia and Lymphoma Society event in Washington, D.C., where we were both advocating for healthcare reform. And Mike is also a cancer survivor and completely understands everything that I've been through, and understands me in ways that I didn't think anyone ever could, and sometimes I feel like I can't. So he's been a huge bright light. Outside of that, as you may have seen with some of my Uber diaries, I am unemployed still. I have been unemployed since the end of September of 2023 and have been aggressively seeking employment ever since. And in a way, I think that as frustrating as it's been and as stressful as it's been, in a way it kind of gave me some space to breathe in these past couple of months, some space to work on advocacy and really dive in to my work with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I was able to help pass a bill in New Jersey for medical debt relief against predatory collections practices. I was able to, write an article for an AYA cancer magazine. I was able to really explore parts of myself and parts of my cancer journey that I had been avoiding because I had been so full of adrenaline and so overwhelmed that I don't think I had time to breathe or process. And I think I'm finally learning how to accept that. which is a little strange in timing because back in November, the week before my birthday actually, so my birthday is November 22nd, I found a lump behind my ear that was really painful, and part of me noticed that I wasn't feeling well a lot. A part of me kind of saw some of the symptoms. My lymph nodes in my neck have been, you know, enlarging over the past couple of months, and I'd been really fatigued and realizing that I had been mostly surviving on coffee, but I kind of pushed it aside with the stress of not having a job and the stress of, you know, trying to figure things out and all of these things, and I just kind of brushed it away, and by that point it was kind of unavoidable. It was really painful. I went to urgent care, which led me to an emergency room visit, actually two, and I found out that my white blood count is high again and my chronic lymphocytic leukemia is back. So it kind of threw me into a whirlwind of other things, you know, and then the holidays came up and doctor's appointments. I'm actually, one of the many things that I wanted to do today and that I have to do today is do a follow-up on my CBC. I have to go get lab work, so I'm going to take you with me to that. But it has just been a lot, and it's kind of bittersweet. Having a chronic cancer diagnosis means that I am always thinking about this happening. It's always kind of hovering above my head that it might come back. And as scary as it's been and as emotional as it's been, I'm really grateful to my family, to Mike, to all of my closest friends, to my cancer support groups, to everyone that I've told in these past 2 months about what's going on with me, because it really feels different this time. I am a lot more secure in the care team that I have. They are very, very structured, very organized. There are so many things and there are so many options that I feel like I wasn't able to really tap into the first time around. And so things feel different, and I'm grateful. And I wrote in my newsletter post yesterday that I've always kind of struggled with the concept of gratitude when it comes to all of these things that happen in life, because there are moments where it feels like falling into the gratitude loophole is an easy way to not process the feelings that come with it. It's a very easy way to just kind of push everything down and say, okay, like, I should be happy, I should feel this way, I should do this, blah, 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 blah. And in a way, it kind of helps you avoid some of those feelings. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be positive or optimistic or grateful. I have experienced all of those emotions, but I've also experienced grief. I've experienced trauma and loss. I have lost friends to cancer in the past couple of years that I wouldn't have known if I had never gotten this, and I'm grateful and enriched to have them in my life. But also, you know, it affects every part of my life now, and to say that it doesn't would be a lie. To say that I don't think about it all the time in all the ways that affect me, to say that I wasn't lost when I was in remission because I had thrown myself into this identity of cancer girl, it's tough. It is. And I mean, you know, I literally met the love of my life because of it. So it's complicated, and it's always going to be complicated, and I know that now. But I think now I feel like I can hope a little stronger than I did before. And I had strong hopes then, but I think I have stronger hopes now. So I don't know how consistent I'm going to be with YouTube or my newsletter or any other endeavor creatively that I have. I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to suddenly get my shit together when it comes to that, because I'm going to be starting chemo tomorrow. I have my cute little pills and everything. Back on this baddie. So I'm going to be starting chemo tomorrow. I know how I felt on this drug before, but I don't know how it's going to affect me, since it's been almost 2 years since the last time I took it. And wow, that's crazy to think. But you know, it's just, I don't know where the road is going to take me from here. I know that I want to keep doing this. I've been wanting to keep doing this, and I felt creatively stunted because I felt lost, and I think I'm reckoning with that now. But I want to continue to be honest, and I want to continue to have these things. So as a way to showcase this crazy wild life that I'm in, and that I'm you know, shifting into, and just go from there. So I have a whole list of things that I want to do today, and like I said, I'm pretty behind, but I'm going to take you with me, and I don't know, maybe I'll keep doing this. We'll see. But just know that I'm here still, still trying to figure it out, and I still love you all, and I appreciate you for whatever aspect of my journey you've jumped into. I created a survey for my newsletter that I also think I'm going to use for this channel, so I'll link that down below, of topics that you'd like me to cover, things that you'd like me to talk about, more about cancer, or my career in sales and publishing, or you know, book and media reviews, product reviews, things that I use and that I do. Weirdly enough, the most viewed video that I have on this channel is me unboxing my Kindle, and that was a couple of years ago, and it is still getting a ton of views, so maybe people like that. But if that's something else that you want to see, happy to do that. I don't know. Let me know what you want to hear from me. Let me know what you want to learn, and we'll go from there. So anyway, come with me. I'm gonna go get blood work. I'm kind of avoiding it. I think I'm kind of like subconsciously avoiding it, because again, my numbers have been kind of all over the place. My white blood count the other day was in the high 400s, I think. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. This is my planner. I've been using it a lot to keep track of everything. I'll do a deep dive in that someday. So my white blood count on Monday was 457. My hemoglobin was 8.9. And my red blood count was 3.4. So anemic, which explains why I have been so tired. The anemia is because all of my white blood and my lymphocytes are basically stifling any type of red blood cell production. So hopefully that gets better. Today was my last day of steroids, thank God. I mistakenly thought that I'd be done tomorrow, but it was only a 4-day plan. And I am so grateful, because I am literally bone tired, as told by my anemia. I am quite literally bone tired, but these steroids have made me crazy. You can tell. Like, I'm gonna peek behind the curtain here. This was my spread for this weekend and my doctor's appointment, and then this is what the past 2 days have looked like. Just absolute chaos of just me trying to get everything out of my brain. So I think that's also partially why I am all over the place. I also came to the realization last night while I was in a steroid-induced emotional overload and crying in bed with Mike that I know that when I start the chemo, I'm gonna be really fatigued, and I feel like I'm on borrowed time and borrowed energy with this steroids, and I think it's what's fueling me to try to get everything done right away so that I am able to get through my day, because I know for like the next week or so I'll probably be adjusting and probably be in bed a lot, and maybe I'll record that too so you guys can see what it's like. But okay, I really have to go. I really have to get my labs done. I am also on my way to I'll show you in a little bit, but during the move I have been cleaning out all of my clothes, kind of trying things on and seeing what fits, what doesn't fit, what doesn't serve me anymore. And then on top of that, like, I collected a bunch of clothing from my grandparents' basement, from like my grandparents and my aunts and uncles from the 90s that I wanted to go through and keep, but they are, as much as I love them and as cool as they are, they don't fit me. They're never gonna fit me. They are like size 00, and there are some really good jackets and coats and things in there that I think other people can benefit from. So I'm also going to stop at a women's shelter that I found online, excuse me, and see if I can donate some of these things, and hopefully I'll give someone else, you know, something better to start off with. So I'll take you there. And I was gonna see if I could drive Uber a little bit because Mike has a good job, and we're doing but this week has been a little tight because of, you know, all of the different things going on. So I want to help a little bit. He is very kind and is trying to keep me from overexerting myself, but that's not something I'm good with. When I tend to do things, I tend to do it at 1,000 in either direction. So if I'm feeling up to it after going to the women's shelter and after getting my blood work and doing all that stuff, I might do some Uber, or I might just come home and relax a little because I got a lot done. So okay, all right, let's go for real. Come with me. Okay, Brainums, I'm finally leaving. Be good and take care of the house. Don't get into too much mischief. Oh my gosh, I was gonna record some cute B-roll footage of me getting all that stuff in the car, and I'm so glad I didn't. That was a disaster. Hold on a second. Okay, so like I said, I am so glad I did not take any B-roll footage. The steroids have helped a lot with my coughing, but I am still definitely like not fully better yet. So there are like 2 bins and 2 big boxes of stuff that I've had like in our bedroom, and also in the like coat closet of things that I have been meaning to sort through, and I finally got through them today. And I've been working on it all week and for here and there for a couple of months, but getting it in my car was a stretch. So anyway, let's get this show on the road because it is now 1 p.m. and I need to get my blood work. So let's go. I am so in my head. I just realized I forgot my Kindle. I have been, because I was unemployed, I had, I had been getting my own insurance. I had really crappy insurance at first, and then decent insurance that was kind of expensive. And then after a while, I didn't have insurance because I couldn't afford it because I was unemployed. And all of that is to say that my diabetes really spiked. And now with these steroids, it has been pretty high this week. And so I have been like snacking on dates and things to like help me, like, if I'm hungry, it gives me a little bit of energy, but it also helps with my glycemic index. And I forgot to bring those. I forgot that I put my electrolytes in the freezer, so it's like mostly frozen, but still good. So I'll bring that inside with me. And thankfully, I always have snacks in the car. So I think I have like 2 Nature Valley bars that I'll just bring in. It's just basic blood work, so I don't think I'm gonna need any of that, but I also forgot to eat. So, I'm a mess. Let's go. Let's get this blood. All done, and I am starving. I feel so bad. I was so chatty with that phlebotomist, but she was so sweet and she was so good. So, shout out to all my phlebotomy people because they're always the best. They're always the kindest and the most patient. And I think I've only had one really like bad encounter with a phlebotomist. That was a long time ago. And after that, I've always been blessed. So, oh God, time to get forward with all this other stuff. I'm gonna have my granola bar and see if I can find somewhere to get like a salad or something. I'm finding that being low carb has been helping with my blood sugar. So I'm gonna have this granola bar, and I've been craving Chipotle. So maybe I'll find one and get a salad. I don't know, we'll see. This guy keeps looking at me. But alright, on to the next. Can I please have a salad for here? So the women's shelter donation ended up being a wild goose chase, or a major turkey journey, if you know, you know. But I ended up, long story short, I went to the women's shelter. They only accept new items with tags, which makes sense. So they sent me to 2 other places that accept used items, and both of them were closed. And I tried calling both, and neither of them answered. So I ended up going to a Goodwill. By that point, by the time I was done with the Goodwill, it was like 4:30. I was exhausted and I had to pee so bad. So I just went home. I got the mail, and Mike got home, We had our usual dinner and our after work wind down. So we played some Fortnite and some Overwatch. We like to play some video games to kind of decompress after a long day. And right now, I am going to, as gracefully as I can, swoop around and show you him playing with Brady. He's such a good boy. So yeah, just a cozy evening, watching some hockey and playing with the cat before bed. And that's about it. Tomorrow starts my Calquence. Unlike last time, I will be taking one in the morning and one at night. So I'm curious to see how that goes. I, for the most part, got almost everything I wanted to get done today. The only thing I didn't do was finish tidying up. There's some clothes on the bed that I need to fold before we go to sleep. And just putting some things away that I meant to, but I'll work on that as my energy ebbs and flows over the next week or so. I'm just grateful to get all those boxes out of our room and to start working towards making this apartment a little less cluttered with all my U-Haul boxes. But anyway, like I said before, I am grateful for the new regimen. I'm trying to keep moving. Maybe I should mute the TV and the Limu Emu commercial. So like I said earlier, I'm not sure how consistent I'll be or how creative I'll be over the next couple days. I will try to update you as I take my meds and show you what it's like, just an honest portrayal of a girl on chemo pills, and go from there. Love you all. See you soon.